Hi guys, I'm Jay and this is Vroom Room. Welcome back to the channel. This is the second part of the Kia rebuild series and it's going quite well. A lot of progress gets made into this video and things like the bonnet arrived, the rad pack, we managed to change. There's some connectors that needed to be done and the headlights, which were a big issue, but you'll see about that in a short while. If you do like the videos, please like, share, subscribe. It's very important. I'm trying to grow the channel and your support is always welcome. So hope you enjoyed the video.
Right, as you can see, it's actually taken up 2 spaces here, and so I need to just get that down to 1, so I'm going to move it for the first time. Hopefully the gearbox is okay, and you have to remember to unlock it. There we go, and in we go. So this is going to be absolutely impossible while holding this, so I'll have to come back to you in a second. Well, that went extremely well. There was no warning lights on the dash apart from the tyre pressure sensor, which was really good. It went in and out of gear very nicely, and it's got a rear reversing camera, which I didn't see before, so that's another added bonus. So yeah, that's good. Right, I need to get a bit of wood under the front before it leaks all over me drive. Right, on with today's jobs. I'm going to take the oil pan off. Doesn't look that hard. They're all very flat, and it's there. And according to Kia, it's just a gasket holding it on, which will explain why yesterday with the oil leak, once I found it, I couldn't stop it by just tightening up the nuts slightly more. I was just squashing an instant gasket. So I'm going to take it off and have a look, make sure that's the case. And I've already got some RTV, which will take 24 hours to go properly hard, but we'll see how that goes. So let's get the oil pan off. So I've just undone the sump nut. It's I started draining the oil yesterday, so I was just making sure that anything else that come to the bottom is there, and it's yeah, there's a dribble coming out, nothing major, so I'm going to start, so I'm ready. Right, so that's all of the nuts undone, all of the bolts undone even, and a couple of nuts. There is a wire that's going to a connector on the bottom of the pan. That's it disconnected, and I just need to see how to actually get that wire out. So this is the oil pan, well, and it is RTV just around it, so I have some. You put it on 15 minutes to start, well, it beads, and then you put it on and leave it for 24 hours. So first jobs first, I've got to clean all of the old RTV off of this, and obviously the face that it's going against, and then yeah, putting it back on. The nuts and bolts are 10.5 Newton meters as a torque setting. It's important to know this, because if you over tighten it or under tighten it, obviously you've got more chance for leak. So for reference, that's what it is, and it is a cavernous hole. I'll show you. Yeah. And you can see why it takes 8 litres of oil. So let's start scraping. So I've got all the old RTV off of the oil pan, and I've just given it a bash there where there was a small dent, which you can see on the other side, which I'm just about to put a bit of spray paint on just to save it from rusting anymore. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment, and I think it's time to put it back on. Right, parts are starting to arrive for this car, so I am quite pleased. I actually got a new carrier for the rad pack and it had a broken tab on it, so they were sending me a replacement. Shame, it was brand new and I could have just cracked on. But what has arrived is the headlight, and just to make sure that they're either not coded or it actually works. Other things happening is 2 days time I'm having the windscreen fitted. By then I should have the rad carrier. And I can put that on. I need to take the wheel arch lining out of the driver's side because it's broken. I need to order another one. I just want to cross-reference the part number. What else has arrived? The scuttle panel has arrived, so that's good to go. The lower stiffener has arrived as well, so that's ready to go as well. I have ordered a bonnet which should be here in 2 days time, in the right colour, hopefully. And the only large part I need now is the front bumper and the bonnet hinges, because they were bent to buggery and I have straightened them, but they are not good enough to be putting back onto this car when it's finished. So that's kind of where we are. I'll get these headlights in very quickly just to test and make sure they're okay. I have still got the module for this headlight, just to ensure that it is going to be okay. So I've forgotten how these go together. One there and one there. That's easy peasy. One is a very big idiot. Right, messing about there, and I forgot to take a bolt out of the back of the light. Bloody idiot. Check it, and that one's fine. This one does not have a bolt in it, so that's good. Right, car has eyes. Do the eyes work? Let's go and see. If I have to start the car, what I don't want. If I have to start the car, I do not want that falling on the floor because it's just cost me a shed load of money. So, let's see what we got. Fingers crossed, everyone. Oh, that's a pain. Wasn't doing that yesterday. What light have I left on in this car that's flattened the battery? Okay, well, let's just go to side lights. Let's see if we've got side lights. We do have beautiful side lights on both sides. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. We'll have to have the ignition on and go onto main beam. This is main beam, and we have a nice light that side, and no light on the side where we should have light. This one was in the car already and should be working. Donk. Right, so I'm going to have to check and see what's wrong with this headlight. It might be just the way I've pushed the wires in isn't correct, but this was the one that was already on the car, and it's the one that's not working. So I will have to have a look and see what's going on here, because that is not a good thing, and I really didn't want to be messing about with that. So I'm going to take the wires off and have another look.
So something new about the bonnet, and that is that it's a new bonnet. The old one is there, and the new one, I was a little bit worried because I'm buying it blind, but it's come and it's perfect. There's no dents in it. There's 2 very small stone chips in it, but you'd expect that in the car this year. And most importantly, the colour matches, because there's 2 types of white. This is deluxe white, I think it's called, and the other one is Casa white. So I was very lucky that this has ended up being the right one. The bonnet's not shutting correctly at the minute because I'm still waiting for bonnet hinges, and in the morning we should have a new windscreen, which is going to really transform this. So can't wait for that. The headlight, the one that wasn't working, which was the one that was originally with the car, I've taken the bulb out and it looks blown, but I don't know that much about xenon bulbs. I've never changed one before, so it's yeah, it's over here. And they're not that expensive anyway, so we'll change it, see what happens.
So it's been a bit of a busy morning, and managed to get quite a few things done. So the new bonnet, as mentioned, has arrived, and it's nice, and it's obviously not there. So I've taken it off because new glass, yay, which is making the world of difference. So new glass is in, and got the bonnet. I've ordered a bumper. I'm not quite sure the condition of it, but we'll wait and see when that arrives. I've ordered the spotlight. As far as I can tell, I've ordered nearly everything I need to order to get this car back together, with the exception, I'm talking front end of course, with the exception of a back door. Now this one does have issues, and I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with that. The easy option would be just to replace it, but being that there are 2 colours, it really is worrying me about getting the wrong colour. I was very lucky with the bonnet, but may not be quite so lucky again if I order some more parts. Even with the bumper, I'm still not sure whether it will, what one of the 2 whites it will come in, but we'll have to see when we get that. So the next job is the whole of that carrier has to come off, and we'll see how we get on with that now. So front carrier has to come off. I've taken a lot of pictures, which I think was probably very, very wise looking at this. So let's see how we get on. And putting it back is going to be even easier.
So the plastic red pack holder, that's probably what you call it, is in. I've still got to tighten up a few bolts, but it's very close. I've just got to cut a little bit off to get this bracket on, which doesn't quite fit, but I've got to say that most of the fittings have been really good for this, so I'm really pleased. If you are doing it at home, I did check the aircon beforehand and it was completely empty. Otherwise I'd have had to have it professionally removed, the gas. So I'm wondering if there was a pipe ruptured when they had the accident, but the only one I know that is when I tried to get it refilled. So we'll see about that in a little while. So today's job, I have found a connector that was mullered when it had its small accident at the front, so I need to just rejoin that. That's going to be a little bit fiddly. Get that bracket on and then just tighten everything down, but very pleased. It's coming together quite well now, and I was really into it yesterday, but I had to go out for another appointment. So this is yeah, it's on the way now. I'm still waiting for parts, but windscreen makes a hell of a difference, bonnet makes a hell of a difference. I just want today for the bonnet brackets to show up, because I'd like to get the bonnet on properly. But let's see where this takes us. So still going. The front isn't looking too bad now. I'm also at the point to put the headlights back in, and the bracket on the other side that had the accident that I repaired. The under tray for the engine's not leaking anymore, which is brilliant news, and the under tray's ready to go back on. It was a bit mullered when I took it off, but I've plastic stapled it to put it back together, because it doesn't get seen, it's not a structural part, and it was quite easy to fix. So I've done that. I'm going to put the tray back on in a second, and then go through the headlights. So I've got the two bulbs that I've bought. Buying xenon bulbs is a pain. I knew nothing about them. Apparently the higher the lumens, the lower the actual light input, but the better the colour. And I don't know, I couldn't find the code off of the one that I took off to see what it was, because I'd like to put back the same kind of thing, because I don't know if they affect them if they're too high or too low, or yeah. So if you've got to buy these things, good luck. They need to just stamp on there 43,000 lumens. Is that hard? Oh. Right, I'm having to tidy up first, and then I'll put the tray on. Right, so these xenon bulbs, xenon, yeah. Quite easy. I'll show you how to do it. 3 bolts, bracket off, then got a holder in here, which in this case is 2 screws. Remove them, remove the top bracket, holder, connector, and you're done. Jobs are good. That easy. Same to reverse. Better off for changing them in pairs. Jobs are good. So with the front carrier back on, and I've changed the bulbs in the lights, and they're now on and working, which is really good news. This light here came without this tab, and that's been repaired, glued, plastic welded, and it's jobs are good on that. So that's it for that bit. So there's a couple of connectors that were snapped on that side, so I'm going to just start on them now. There's one, I don't even know what it does, but it's there, so it needs to be repaired. So I'll get onto that. The bonnet hinges haven't arrived, sadly, because I wanted to just get the new bonnet on today, just so I can line up some gaps and stuff, make sure everything was okay. But yeah, I'm not going to say it's going well, it's going okay. So fingers crossed it stays in that vein. It stays that way. That's better. So I'm just doing the smaller jobs now while I'm waiting for the big parts to arrive, which include the wiring loom, which was a little bit damaged when we got the car. One of the sensors I've rewired and put back together, which is fine. Now I'm thinking of the washer bottle, because it's there. I've got the connectors and everything else is in place, so I can't see any reason to not do it. But see if you can follow my logic on the next bit. So these are the wires I've got down the left hand side of it. The washer bottle just fits in the gap. Now my logic is that yellow means the washers and the blues for the fog lights. I've got two wires without connectors, which are going to be great fun, but I can sort them out shortly. Looking at the washer part, there's four. 1, 2, 3. 4. Now I know that come off the washer because I just took it off there. Right, so let's just bolt the washer in place, which is just that bolt there, one up there, and it slides on that locator there. And then we'll see what fits what. Well, it looks like washers. Looks like logic goes out the window, because didn't all go blue and yellow, but to the most it did. So it's in. I need 4 connectors, which I'm going to go and research now. If I can't find them, I'll pop down to the local breakers and see if they've got one of these in, so I can just get the last bits. The water bottle went in okay, and we really are getting close now. The hinges will be here tomorrow, and I've got some more work to do, just a couple of bits of body work I need to finish as well, so I'm going to crack on with them. So that's it for this part of the video. Yes, I'm inside. I forgot to do the intro and outtake video before, while it was still daylight, and there's not a lot of daylight now in the UK, so I hope you enjoyed this video. There's another one to come. Hopefully it will be the last one in the series, and we'll be able to do a bit of a test drive and see how the car goes. So stick around, and until next time guys, take care. Bye.